Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Parker, and in this video we're gonna talk about Pokemon. We're gonna talk about what's gonna happen after Pokemon Journeys, the series which is currently happening on the Pokemon franchise. It's been running for 20 plus years, but it is still able to give us more surprises and what we need yet. We actually saw Ash becoming the champion. We actually saw the character arc development in Ash. We actually saw he caught a lot of Pokemon. We actually saw a lot from him, but still we are itching to see more from Pokemon. So we are just gonna discuss what might happen after Pokemon Journeys, the series. There's no proof that this is gonna happen. This is just guesses and possibilities, my personal opinions of what could happen. Alright? There's no proof that it is gonna happen because they do not give off hints. The anime does not give off hints on what's gonna happen till the end of a series. That's just usually how it is, because they don't want us to know what's gonna happen after this early on. I mean, the anime is still going on. It's 60 plus, 80 plus episodes has been released. So I watched a lot of this Pokemon Journeys, the series. I watched a lot of, I think I actually watched the complete anime itself. So right now we're just gonna talk about what's gonna happen after Pokemon Journeys, the series. Why did I said that more than 4 times? But anyways, so we're just gonna explain, and I'm gonna give a reason to why I think this is gonna happen. So there's a lot of possibilities at the end what's gonna happen after Pokemon Journeys, the series, because there's a lot going on in this. If you actually watched Pokemon Journeys, the series, then you might know what I'm talking about, and if you have not watched it, you still will know what I'm talking about, because you probably watch a lot of AMVs and you're probably watching this video. So there's a reason for every possibility I'm saying right now, so let's just get started, alright? So I think one of the possibilities is that this would be the complete full stop to the Pokemon franchise. And there's a lot of reason to it, because if you actually look at his team, there's a lot of Pokemon. It's just a super OP team in Pokemon Journeys, the series. There's Dragonite, there's Gengar, there's Dracofish, a Galarian Furfest, there's Lucario, and obviously there's Pikachu. And all of this team is super OP, and there's a lot of Pokemon which were hyped for a long time. Like Lucario, this was hyped for Ash from Generation 3 since the movie came out, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, that's the correct name for that movie. So after that, we all want him to actually catch a Lucario, and was again hyped and proved canon in the Sinnoh region. And if you don't know what canon means, that canon movies are the movies which are actually a part of the anime, and the rest known canon movies are the movies which happen in a different multiverse, as they actually prove that there is multiverse in the Pokemon world, as Ash actually travels to parallel dimension in the anime 2 or 3 times. So right now we're just gonna talk about his Pokemon team hype level. Yeah, Lucario. It's a Pokemon which has been hyped for a long time, since Generation 3, and it was hyped again at Generation 4, and since then we want him to catch one. And now it's Generation 8, and finally he actually caught a Lucario. He did not caught a Lucario, he was just traveling through a forest, and an egg of a Riolu egg actually called out to him by using its aura, and Ash was obviously able to sense it. He just rushes to a Pokemon Center, finds that there's an egg there. He just walks to there without getting any directions or help from Nurse Joy. He never asks where's the egg, he just goes in. He didn't even know there's an egg. Just goes in, yeah, that thing called me, that egg called me, and Nurse Joy just lets him take it. Yeah, why not? You just take it. It's not hatching even after being in here, so why not you just take it in your travels? So he just takes the egg, goes to his lab, and the egg hatches into a Riolu. It runs off, and the Pokédex states that it can actually cover 3 mountains in 1 night. And Ash says, yeah, it's just a baby, it's just hatched out, so it cannot do that already. So all Riolu wants is to get stronger. It just battles every Pokemon there is, and finally it just jumps upon an Onix, and it nearly got beats out, and Ash comes in, saves it. Finally they both make out, and Riolu actually defeats the Onix along with Ash. Finally Riolu decides to go with Ash, and the plot of the anime where Ash's Riolu actually evolves into Lucario during a double battle, and at the same time Go's Raboot evolves into a Cinderace, which is a Galarian startup, by the way. It's first evolved from his Scorbunny, and that was Go's first catch. It evolved into a Raboot, and it evolved into a Cinderace during the plot. So after this, Lucario, finally it's all hyped, and it is a pretty strong Pokemon in itself, and finally we got the Lucario which we wanted Ash to catch from Generation 3. Now, coming up to the next hyped Pokemon, which is Gengar. This is a Pokemon which was hyped from Generation 1 onwards. Since the time Ash actually defeats Sabrina in the Saffron Gym, we actually why didn't he actually caught that goddamn Haunter? He just left it with Serena laughing. The Haunter made Serena laugh and it's Sabrina laugh and he got the badge. That's it, nothing else. And he never caught a Haunter. I don't think that's actually allowed to use an unofficial uncatched Pokemon in a gym battle and win a badge. That just should be against the law, man. And anyway, he just got a badge because Haunter made Sabrina laugh and he just left the Haunter there. We were like, yeah, why did not that guy catch that Haunter and evolve into a Gengar? Well, because they wanted Gengar to come in this series after 7 generations itself. It was in Generation 1 and finally he got one in Generation 8, which was just causing a lot of trouble in the lab. It was just pranking others, and it still pranks others even after Ash caught it. It was abandoned, the classic line for Pokemon in all the generation, because it usually happens in Kanto was Charizard. It did not happen in Johto and Hoenn, if I remember correctly. Then in Sinnoh was Chimchar, which evolved into Infernape, by the way. And in Unova it was Snivy and Pignite. And in Kalos it was Froakie. Well, Froakie was not abandoned, it just ran away from all the trainers and chose Ash. I don't think it happened in Alola, but it happened in Generation 8. So that's another Pokemon. So that is Gengar and Lucario. But if you look at it, these two Pokemon are completely evolved, and that does not happen in a lot of seasons. That usually does not happen, that all the Pokemons in his team are usually fully evolved except for Pikachu, because Pikachu will never evolve, we know that. Whereas of his Pokemon, not all of them will be evolved in every seasons. Like in Alola, even in Alola, the Rowlet was not evolved, but the only season when every Pokemon in his team except Pikachu was evolved is in Kalos, if I remember correctly, that is. In Kanto, only Charizard was fully evolved, and in Johto, there's not a lot of Pokemon which evolved, right? I don't think anything actually fully evolved. There was just Chikorita evolving into Bayleaf, and it didn't even evolve into Meganium, and there was Noctowl, by the way, to his team. And in the Hoenn region, there was Sceptile and Swallow, which was evolved, and Turquoise Corphish did not evolve in that at all. And the Sinnoh region, Gible did not evolve at all, but the rest of his Pokemon all evolved except for Buzzle. Buzzle could have evolved in Floatzel, and in Unova, I don't even want to talk about it, it sucks. Let's just leave Unova right now. In Kalos, as I told, all of his Pokemon evolved, if I'm correct. Then in Alola, Rowlet did not evolve because it ate an Everstone, which it used as a seed bomb, by the way. And now we come to Generation 8, where all of his Pokemon are completely evolved except for Pikachu, because Pikachu does not want to evolve. So Lucario and Gengar is done. Now there's a Dragonite. That's a Pokemon which is a beast. This thing just tanks out anything. It just battles. It nearly wins every battle that's fought yet. I don't think I ever saw Dragonite lose to a Pokemon. I think it has a 100% win rate for now, though. I don't think it actually lost any battle because it defeated the champion Iris's strongest Pokemon, Haxorus. I mean, Iris is a Unova champion in the anime right now, so it actually defeated her strongest Pokemon, which is her Haxorus, which evolved from her Axew. So now Dragonite is done. He caught a Dragonite in the best way possible. He was saved and taken by a Dragonite to the Dragonite's island, and he saw a lot of Dragonair there, and a Dragonair could not fly. But he saw that other Dragonairs actually used Dragon Dance before flying, and he thought he helped Dragonair to learn how to fly, and it evolved into a Dragonite for Ash. And guess what? It actually decided to go with Ash, as usually it happens a lot in the anime, because that's how Ash catches Pokemon rather than battling and catching them. Because I guess, the other thing, the anime relationship between Pokemon and trainer, then befriending them and catching them is much more fun than actually battling them and just throwing a Pokeball catching thingy, Now after that, Dragonite is a beast, as I told you. Then there's Dracofish. This Pokemon is a little less than a savage, dude. Man, this is insane, because just look at this clip.
Does it have any other moves stronger than Water Gun? I'm not sure. Water Gun's the only move I've seen Dracovish ever use. Hey, Dracovish? Anything else? For example, like Fishious Rend? Nah, it's okay.
Dracovish!
Huh?
power. It knows what it's doing. It is awesome. So I feel like that's all the Ash's team in the Generation 8. So the next thing's next. The previous generation from 1 to 7, we could just define each generation in each regions for the anime. Like Generation 1 was Kanto, 2 was Johto, 3 was Hoenn, 4 was Sinnoh, 5 was Unoa, 6 was Kalos, 7 was Alola. But Generation 8 is supposed to be Galar. But the problem is that he actually travels around the globe in this region. We cannot determine a whole region for this generation. That's a problem. And what they do in this traveling around the globe thing is that he actually meets everyone he actually met before in each of these regions, like bring back the main companions like Dawn and Iris. And I'm pretty sure May, Serena, and Misty, Brock, Silent, and a lot of people like that will come to this anime later on in this anime, right? Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And if you know about it, right now in the Galar region, or the worldwide, the Generation 8 Journeys series, there's something known as the World Coronation Series going on, where trainers from worldwide can actually participate and battle each other. There's 10,000 people or something, right? There's more than 10,000 probably. They fight each other for ranking. There are 8 trainers in the master class, and then there's hyper class, grade class, and the normal class. So that's that. So in the master class, there's a number 1 trainer who's Leon, and Ash wants to defeat him as he actually defeated Lance. And Lance is also in the master class. And there's Rayhan who's in the master class too, because that's what we saw in the beginning of the series. So after this, we actually knew there's a Lance, there's an Elite Four member, and in this series, World Coordination Series, there are champions and Elite Four in it. He beats Iris, who is a Unovan champion as per said in the Journeys series. Then he actually beats Volkner, the strongest Sinnoh gym leader. He was in the hyper class, if I remember correctly. I did not watch the Japanese version of it, I can only watch the English dub, so that's that. And if I remember correctly, he actually brings back the 10 million volt Thunderbolt back from Alola to the Generation 8 to beat Volkner. And as per now, nothing is able to actually survive that 10 million volt Thunderbolt. When it comes out, it's a 100% win for Ash, because that's how it's supposed to be. It actually defeated the Guardian of Alola Z move, which is supposed to be the world's strongest Z move, because that's a legendary one. That's kind of the most powerful Z move in the world, and he defeats it. In Alola, we got to see a lot of things in the battle between Pikachu and Tapu Koko, like Ash and Professor Kukui, which was the final battle. After he becomes the champion of Alola, which is the exhibition battle, but that was the most intense battle of Alola yet. He defeated the legendary Tapu Koko himself. It actually showed us a lot of things like the power of Alola. That's insane. That's the first time we actually see the power of something. Alright, so bring back to Generation 8. So he actually brings back the 10 million volt Thunderbolt to defeat Volkner, and then he actually defeats him, and after it, right now there's a lot of teasers coming up, right? So in these teasers, if you actually saw that, it actually kind of confirms there's a Gigantamax Gengar for Ash right now. He actually Dynamaxes Gengar instead of Pikachu, because Pikachu already has 10 million volt Thunderbolt. And I kind of saw a stone in his glove and this. I think he actually goes back to Kalos and Karina after later on in the series and just gets a Lucarionite in him for him in a Sklow, which usually happens. And if that is the case, then he has a Mega Lucario now. And I don't think that any team will be able to oppose Ash's complete team right now, because this is the one he's gonna go battle Leon with. I mean, all his Pokemon is just too OP for battling. So that just means that he's very OP for the champion Leon himself. It's not how you usually imagine the Pokemon franchise and seasons to be, because in every generation Ash actually catches Pokemon from a specific region and carries these Pokemon with him. But it's not like that. Even though he could catch a lot of Galarian Pokemon, he travels around the world, and the writers gave him Pokemon from different regions to build up an OP team, and that's just exactly what happened right now. And that just means this could be the final team for Ash Ketchum, because this is OP. You don't need old Pokemon to make an OP team, you know? You could just catch new OP Pokemon to build an OP team. Like, you don't need Greninja to return, you don't want Charizard or Infinite to come back to the team to build an OP team. You can just catch different OP Pokemon, like Dragonite, Dracofish, Lucario, Gengar, and the Galarian Farfetch'd. Galarian Farfetch'd is not that rated in his team, but yeah, it's amazing too. And moreover, there's Pikachu with a 10 million volt Thunderbolt. I don't think anything can actually survive that. So, after this, that's why I kind of think that this is the end of Galar. Because there are champions in World Coordination Series, as I said to you. So if Ash actually wants to beat Leon, he needs to get to the Master Class. And if I'm correct, there's Cynthia in the Master Class too. As said in the anime, if I'm sure about it. So if we actually beat Cynthia, that kind of means that he is actually stronger than all the champions there is. Because if you know, Cynthia is kind of known as a fan favorite champion because she's the strongest of all the champions there is. And I kind of tend to believe that too. Cynthia's really strong. And if she's in the World Coordination Series and they're battling against Dynamax Pokemon, she probably has a Mega Stone in the Dynamax pen. Obviously. And I have not seen a lot about Cynthia's team. I mean, I know what Cynthia's team is, but I don't know if she's actually going to use Dynamax or Mega Evolution in this series, because I don't think that's out yet. So right now, if Ash actually beats Cynthia, I mean, if I know Ash correctly, as soon as he gets to the Master Class, there's a lot of trainers he wants to challenge, like Cynthia, Lance, Raihan, B. If you don't know who B is, she's one of the main characters, important characters in the Journeys, the series. She's a fighting gym leader in Galar. And she's really strong. She actually beat Ash once and Ash tied with her once. So after that, he could actually just beat all these trainers in the Master Class before beating Leon, just to train himself hard and to make sure he actually beats Leon. But if he actually beats Leon, it's just simple that he's the world's #1 and strongest trainer of them all, and there's no one who can actually beat him now, as he actually beat all the champions and the #1 in the world, Leon himself. So that's why I think this would be a full stop for Pokemon, because there's nothing else to do. But there are possibilities. Maybe he will not win the battle against Leon. He might defeat all the champions, but not Leon. Maybe he won't defeat the champions. Or maybe he will just not defeat Leon and everyone else in the series were defeated by Ash and the World Coordination Series ended. He wants to challenge Leon again, so he decides to go to Galar, challenge all the gyms, and go to the Pokemon League there and just catch new Galarian Pokemon and challenge Leon for a battle, as he's the champion of Galar, if I'm correct, because that's what is said in the games. So that's just another possibility. He will just go to Galar. Or he actually defeats Leon and is the world's #1. And if I am correct, it's probably, Professor Sycamore's actually said there are many unexplored regions in the world, in the Kalos region, one of the first episodes in the Kalos XY the series. So he said there is a lot of unexplored regions. Maybe he will go to these unexplored regions and just battle. Maybe they will just introduce another region with even more strong trainers. Maybe someone will actually defeat Leon other than Ash and go to this different region. So if Ash actually defeats Leon, he knows that someone else is stronger than him. He goes to that region and learns that, people here are stronger than anyone. The one who defeated Leon was defeated by a lot of people in this region. That would be the strongest trained region ever. Something like that could happen to continue this series, alright? So that's why I think there's a high possibility that there's a full stop to this region, or they might even introduce a new region, or maybe at the end, he will actually just go finally meet one of the goal and finally meet the love of his life and just settle up with him, even grow a bit, maybe just age a bit than 10-year-old. That's what we all have been asking for a lot of years right now. Why is he still 10? And there's only one answer to that. Why is he still 10? Because it's an anime, fools. I mean, who wants a kid to age in an anime? That's just a stupid question. A kid's anime is for a kid. It's a 10-year-old kid from Pallet Town. No matter how many years pass by, he will still remain 10 because it's an anime. Anime logic. Nothing can actually beat it. Right now, if he actually defeats Leon, then he might even just become the #1 trainer, just find the love of his life, just go meet all the friends, have a party, and just end the series. They'll be like, yeah, that's it. And after that, there might even be a chance that Ash's son, or maybe a son or a daughter or someone like that, related to Ash, or maybe different person than Ash, or maybe just continuing Ash's journey to find his father. That might be another possibility. Or someone related to Ash or a different kid could actually go on a different journey than Ash. I mean, yeah, Ash is getting replaced, Pikachu's getting replaced by a different guy. I don't want that. I don't think they're gonna do that, because probably people won't want that, because Pikachu is kind of the mascot of the channel. They don't want to replace Pikachu. And Ash, he is unreplaceable. So you cannot replace Ash 2 in this. So this is a tough spot for the writers themselves to determine what to do next. I mean, we all know they are great at introducing new regions and just providing a big story and a plot armor to this thing and bringing Ash there. There's a lot of things going on between them, just letting us laugh, bringing the humor to us, bringing the entertainment and enjoyment, making Ash even more a badass in battle. The script writers of this anime is great at doing that, like they did to Alola. That's the kind of series I would like to watch again and again. I mean, a different region with different people. That's the kind of thing which I wanted to see again. That might even be another possibility, because that's the only thing to do right now. So that's it. You could just end the region, maybe go on to an unexplored region, get some defeats in, and finally emerge victorious over there. Or maybe just switch to a different character than Ash. Or maybe just catch all the Pokemon there is. Ash just goes and catch all the Pokemon there is in the world, catch all the legendary Pokemons too. Or maybe just travel through every single region he has been to, challenge all the leagues once more, which he actually lost, by the way, and just defeat them all and just defeat all the regions there is. Or maybe just go to an explored region and do some shit there. Or introduce a new region, completely new region with new Pokemon, new starters, new characters, which are stronger than Ash. I mean, if he actually starts fresh, all the Pokemon are just dropped in and just goes. I mean, yeah, just switch up your team, just Pikachu and you go to a new region. That's usually what happens. But I don't think they're gonna do that, because I don't wanna see all the hype just going off. I mean, why did you hype Lucario if you actually are gonna just leave it with Professor Oak or Cerise at the end of the series and go to a new region? Because all these Pokemon are beasts that we don't want to see a team switch right now. I don't think anyone actually wants to see a team switch, but that's another possibility that he will just go on a new adventure in a new region. So that's it. There's a lot of possibilities right now which I've actually discussed with you. There might even be a lot more possibilities, but none of this is actually too accurate to be true, because they never let out any leaks or something like that about what's gonna happen next. So if you have any other predictions or ideas on what might happen, just leave it on the comment section below. Please like the video, share and subscribe, press enable notification, and enable all notification to get notified whenever I upload a new video. That's what you're supposed to say. So yeah, that's my video on discussing what could happen after Galar. So I'll meet you. If you have not checked out my gameplay videos, please go watch it. I'll recommend that. So we'll meet you at a different video. And if you want me to do any other videos on a different topic, please leave that in the comment section too. So I will meet you after a long time, after some time. So till the next time, it's me Sparker signing out.